Okay, I go by the name Withaka Jidan Ungari. I'm 27 years old. I was brought up, I grew up actually in Uasin Gishu County, sub-county called Tarbo. A small town called Tarbo. That is where I was brought up. I went to school as a normal kid. I was born in 1994. So in 1998, I enrolled to primary school like any other normal child would do. After that, I proceeded on and completed my primary school education in 2006 and 7 actually, and 2007. That's when the stuff of post-election violence erupted, and since we belong to a particular ethnic group, they started a rupture. So we are forced to escape. We are forced to escape, and luckily my mother, I was living with my grandmother in Eldoret. That is where she bought land, and luckily my mother was residing here in Nairobi. So after the election, after they started the skirmishes, we are forced to come here in Nairobi, and specifically Kayole Estate. That is so when I came here after the 2007 PV, I was forced to redo my studies again. I was forced to go back to class 7, so that because here at Kayole they said they can't admit me if they don't know my status for the education. So in 2008 I enrolled to class 7 here in Kayole at a school called Imara Primary School. That is where I studied. In 2008, I joined class 7. In 2009, I completed my primary school education. So that is where the ordeal started, the disability part started. When I completed my primary education level, I passed, by the way, with flying colors, which I got a maximum of 375 marks, which is an equivalent to an A minus. I had big dreams. For my family, to support my family, because I knew where we came from, and it's not that we are that well off. I can't say we are not blessed, because the gift of life that God has bestowed upon us, I see it as a blessing. So when I completed my primary education in 2009, I enrolled. I got a calling letter from Jamhuri High School. I wanted very much to attend to join the high school, the Jamhuri High School, because I had the reputation, even though they were a little bit, I can use the word cheeky, but they passed with, by the time they were, the mid grade was 8 point something. That was an equivalent to B. So I had aspiration to join the Jamhuri High School. Little did I know my parent, for her reason, she had another plan for me. She saw it as she saw the school as not being that good. So she opted for me to go to a provincial school called Muri Mushiri High School, which is located here in Ruai, which was a provincial school, same as Jamhuri High School. And after that, I joined Form 1 in at Muri Mushiri High School. Form 1, Form 2. Form 2, that is when the ordeal happened, because I had a friend by the name Samuel. Samuel was my good friend, and little did I know he had some envy towards me. Mind you, I was the class prefect in Form 1 and in Form 2 at Muri Mushiri. Little did I know he had some envy feeling towards me, because I was I don't like to brag, but I was successful in that area of being a leader. So then after I enrolled, now being a class prefect in Form 1 and in Form 2, my friend now Samuel, we had a bit of misunderstanding with him. So one day I remember we went to a girls' school, which was a function school. A function which was held. I remember vividly. It was a school by the name Aquinas. No, it was a girls' school, not Aquinas. Aquinas is a boys' school. It was a girls' school. So when we went there, there was a certain lady by the name Jerry. I was into her and she was into me. We later got into a let's say a relationship. Little did I know this my friend Samuel was having a thing for her too. So I didn't know anything, but by the time we went back to school at evening after the function was over. We went back to school, Muri Mushiri, and at night, kumbe this friend of mine, Samuel, had a grudge on me. Moreover, I was the class prefect. The girl in question here, Jerry, was into me, so he felt bad. So he took a blunt object at night when we were asleep. I had no way of defending myself. He took the blunt object, the bad blunt object which we use, the which is used to hold the bed. So he removed it and hit me in the head. And it was a night. There was no way I could defend myself because I was unaware of everything. Yep. Then after that, the next thing I had, I was in hospital, Kenyatta National Hospital. Then I stayed there for around 3 months. This is in 2011. After the Form 1 I finished primary education in 2009. In 2010 I enrolled Form 1. 2011 Form 2. Form 2 was where I faced the difficulty of not being able to, the disability attacked me in Form 2. The next thing, so from 2011 to 2014, that was I can say those 3 years were the darkest years for me, because that is where in 2011 I stayed at hospital at Kenyatta National Hospital for 3 months. Then from that year 2011 to 2014 I was recuperating at home here. So then that is when I feel okay. In 2014 the way my parents saw I was recuperating well, I could go on for my studies again in high school, because I don't finished the high school level education.
Where was this friend of yours who hit you?
We went with him. He was arrested for this. This was called, I don't know, I can't call the term they used. They used the term, this is, but I know it's a criminal case. So my friend was detained for a certain period, a 6 months period, and by that time we were underage kids, below the age of 18. So he was arrested for the crime he did against me. And since they were we can say a bit wealthier than us, compared to us, he got a lesser penalty for that offense. So he stayed like 3 months, then he was let go, because we all know the Kenya of nowadays, if you have something you can give out, then it is over for you. So in 2014, so at that moment I had left the things to do with someone. I left it to God. Even my parent, by the way, I have my single mother. He told me to just forget about everything, and one day God will be the judge. He will judge him. So we left things that way. So in 2014 I enrolled in Joytown Special Secondary School, a school for the disabled. I enrolled in Form 1 again. I had to go back because they couldn't accept. And remember, in primary school, I had to go back to class 7 and I had finished my class 8 level, but I had to go back to class 7 because at the time the school here in Kayole, they could accept. Again in high school, I had to go back from Form 2. I had done Form 1 and Form 2 in Murimshir, but when I got back to 2014, in 2014 in Joytown, they told me I must start afresh. So I started Form 1 in 2014, Form 2 in 2015, Form 3 in 2016, Form 4 2017. And luckily I passed my high school level, but I can't say I passed the way I wished I would have passed with more grade, but I knew with a better grade. By that, yes, I admit I got a certain grade, but even that is one. Even my my single mother, who is the caregiver, did not expect me to perform that way, but because I had faced the difficulty in acquiring the disability, I saw it as factors which contributed me not to do so well in high school. So in 2017, when I completed, luckily I got an admission to go and study at Kabete National Polytechnic. I have done my certificate level, waiting to do my diploma level next year in January. Though I have, in the NEC regulation policy of NEC, an examination body called NEC in Kenya. The policy is you can't proceed to the diploma level if you have not completed the certificate level. And unfortunately for me, I got a retake, a referral in this year when I did my certificate module 2. So I'm waiting to do the retake in November. Is scheduled on November, although the date it has not been communicated. I'm waiting for it. So my prayer and my urge is for you. I would like to request kindly. I know I'm approaching the 30 years mark, and it's a big shame in our society. And yeah, so I would like to ask Kenyans who can volunteer and please provide me with a sufficient job so that after my certificate level and after I'm doing my diploma level, as I am doing my diploma level, so I would kindly ask anybody out there to kindly assist me, because we all know life at college is not easy. That is not that easy. There is something we call, in fact, were it not for the National Council for Persons with Disability. That is the that is where I get my sponsorship for my fees. The National Council for Persons with Disability. I'm a registered member. So my gratitude goes to the council. Although they pay for the fees for my college education, I still, the life at college, I still need the upkeep finance to sustain me at school. That's what I'm praying. Anybody out there to come out, please, and support me in any way, in specifically financially, because there is an issue of finance. You know, you can't be sustained at school because the council, like I told you earlier, the council only pays for your fees year of study at the college. They don't cut up for the upkeep, what you'll eat, what you'll drink, what you'll, and I can't say I'm financially stable as per now, because we are really struggling for it, so that I get the accommodation money, the money to sustain me while I'm there. That is what I'm praying. And lastly, what I would like to ask is for anybody out there. You can see now I'm seated here. You can't see my disability, but I can assure you, I've lost my ability to walk. I can't. You can see I'm alright. I don't have any disability of any kind, but the problem is I can't walk. Yes, I can walk, but not that in proper way. To do my everyday work is a little bit hard. So that is what I'm asking. And the one last thing I would like to ask, please, anybody out there, kindly volunteer to provide a job for me after I've done my certificate level, and with the money I'm here to with the assistance, the sponsorship from the National Council, which caters for my fees. I would like, when I'm through with my studies, my college studies, after I get the certificate and the diploma, please, I would like to get a job that will cater so that I marry and have my family. Everything, the act of depending on your parent and you're almost that is kind of I can use the word not proper. Yeah, that is the word, not proper. So I would kindly ask for that, a job, and in the meantime, I would like to ask for the financial assistance for my upkeep back in college while I'm studying my certificate level and as I'm preparing to go to the diploma level. Thank you. My name is Waithaka Nungari. I would like to comment on the issue of the accident, the way I acquired the disability, the blunt object which I was hit with affected my brain, my right side of the brain. So it affected my right hand of doing things. So at college level it has affected me so that I'm forced to write with the left hand. I'm training to write with the left hand because the right hand was affected by the hitting of the head. So, and if anybody out there has been touched and is willing somehow to help, give a helping hand, I would like to give out my contacts which you can reach me, which is 0799393717. Again, I will repeat 0799393717. That is all I'm asking. Thank you.